Hello and welcome to Hits in History. Today's song is Penny Lane by the Beatles. Let's go back to March of 1967 when this song spent 1 week at the top of the charts in the United States. But first, what else was going on around the world? Well, Joseph Stalin's daughter defected to the United States, causing an international scandal, and Elvis Presley married Priscilla Beaulieu in that year as well. Now, when we talk about this song, we have to talk about 1967 in general. The United States, of course, the Beatles traveled to the United States for their third tour, and that's where it ended. The Beatles played Candlestick Park in San Francisco for the last time ever performing live. The rest of their performances would be limited to the studio. And after that performance, the members of the Beatles kind of did their own thing that year for the rest of the year. John Lennon came to Spain and filmed a movie called How I Won the War, and then he went back to London and was invited to the Indica Art Gallery. Walking around the art gallery and looking at the exhibits, he saw a woman dressed in black, was introduced to this woman, and of course it was Yoko Ono, changing his life and the Beatles probably forever. When we talk about Penny Lane, we have to talk about Penny Lane, Strawberry Fields Forever, and When I'm 64. Those were the first three songs recorded. What happened? Well, they never made it onto the album. The Penny Lane and Strawberry Fields Forever were released together as a single. The Beatles decided to release them neither having an A-side nor a B-side, and it was going to be the charts that would determine that. Penny Lane won in the United States. It reached a higher position than Strawberry Fields Forever. When we talk about Penny Lane, of course, these are real images. These are real places that existed in Liverpool. Many times Paul McCartney would talk about the fact that, yes, a lot of it is nostalgia when he talks about the barber shop and the areas and the lyrics, that the places that appear in this song. The blue suburban skies, of course, as all the Beatles remember, in Liverpool. John Lennon, we have to talk about the song as far as George Martin and John Lennon's collaboration. John Lennon asked George Martin to take the first half of the first single, or the first take, and the second half of the second take, and splice them together. If you listen to Penny Lane, it's a combination of two different recordings. Different tempo, different rhythm, different sounds. You don't notice it at the beginning, but if you listen to it, George Martin, of course, did not want to do this, and John Lennon was very adamant. So they managed to put this song together. George Martin agreed to do it, and that's the story. Except for the fact that at the end of the song, Penny Lane, John Lennon screams out, "Cranberry sauce!" And many people interpreted that as "I bury Paul." Now, I don't know how we can get "I bury Paul" from cranberry sauce, but all of this fed those rumors that Paul is dead. That's the song today, Penny Lane by the Beatles. Thanks for watching.